Hello everyone. Here I have brought one more video for you which is related to our daily routine, that is communication. Friends, in this video we will learn one of the writing skills, and that is how to draft a virtual message. Before learning how to draft a virtual message, let's see what is communication. Its forms, its types. So here is what is communication. Communication is an integral part of human behavior, and through various languages and words, we can share our ideas, thoughts with anyone. We can express our emotions or feelings. We have this ability to communicate with the people around us or far away. We can communicate with each other verbally or non verbally. So, there are two types of communication, and they are verbal communication and non verbal communication. Communication means communication through words, sentences, or in any written form of language, whereas non verbal communication means the communication through various facial expressions, gestures, or body movements. We express what we want to say or we can react. For example, being happy, sad, surprised, fear, etc. We can show all these expressions through our facial expressions, and thus we can communicate without using a word. Now let's figure out the forms of communication, and they are oral communication, written communication, and virtual communication. The oral communication, we use vocal sound, whereas in written we use words, sentences, and in virtual communication we communicate with each other without being face to face, or in other words, it is not a direct speech. So let's see in detail what is this virtual communication. What is virtual communication? Virtual communication is a mode of communication that includes the use of technology like audio, video to communicate with people who are not physically present in front of us but who are far away, and this has become most popular form or way of communication as it is cost effective. We don't have to spend a lot of money for this, and it saves our time as within moments we can contact anyone at anywhere. We can communicate at any time as it is accessible for 24/7. This means of virtual communication are or the means of virtual communication are telephones, mobiles, webcams, video conferencing. So, through this virtual communication, we can talk or we can send messages too if the person is not present there. Friends, before going towards virtual message, we will see what is a message. Message is a short piece of informal writing. It enables to decode or retrieve information which should be grammatically correct. While communicating, we need to send or give messages, right? So, as per that, there are general four types of messages, and here are those four general types of messages, and they are positive messages, negative messages, neutral messages, and persuasive messages. Positive messages convey good feelings, whereas negative messages convey disappointment, disapproval, denial, disagreement. Neutral messages convey no feelings or no emotions, so they are neutral. persuasive messages convey agreement on the writer's point of view. So here we have to depend on the writer's way of saying or the message that he tries to convey us. There are six major types of messages, and the first one is directional messages. These messages suggest us what should be done. They guide us. Their message or these messages help us to achieve our certain goal. For example, being happier means how we can become happy, how we can make more money, and how we can maintain our relationships with everyone. Then second one is messages of possibility. These messages give possibility. They convey what may happen. For example, if a person is stuck in something, the message will be no matter how you stuck in something, there will be another way. This gives a possibility in future. Third one is messages of reality. These messages give us fact, reality, or clear ideas. In short, how the things they are. Then comes the fourth one, that is new idea messages. With such messages, we feel excited, inspired by novel ideas or opinions or views. Right? Then the fourth one, messages of necessity. So that gives us or tell us what is required of us to get what we want. And just now we learned new idea messages, the messages that give us kind of excitement or happiness, enthusiasm. And the last one is reframing messages. Here these messages give or show us different outlook or perception. We can mold or reframe all these messages as per our perception. Now let's see what is virtual message. Virtual message means the messages that we receive through audio or video or through internet or through various gadgets. So we can call such messages as virtual message. So it is not a direct speech, means we cannot communicate face to face and talk. So these are messages which can be used to send information or show emotions or our feelings, and they play important role as it has made our lives easier through sending messages quickly and effectively. And that's why we have to learn the virtual messages. Let's learn its format. So here are the main points of the format. The first one, date, then comes time. After time, we have to write the name of the person to whom the message is directed. And the most important part of this virtual message, that is body of the message. And the last one is name of the writer or sender. So here I have given you the example how it should be written, how should be a format of this virtual message. So I given the example how date should be written. So March 20th 2020, and the time is 11:30 am, and the person who is directed is Mr. Amit, or you can give the salutation like sir or Mr. whatever. And while writing or drafting the message, there should not be more than 50 words. So, message should be written in 50 words. And the last or at the end of that message, we have to give the name of the writer. So, here is Miss Maya. So, she has given or she has drafted the message on 20th March 2020 at 11:30 to whom? To Mr. Amit, and she wanted to give or to send something or to say something which she had written in this body of the message. So in this way we have to draft the virtual message. Now we are going to see how a virtual message is drafted. But before that, there are some important points which you have to remember. Keep in mind that points are, or those points are, the first one, only the most important details should be written and nothing else. Then no new information should be added, means only the important one. We have to focus only on important one, no addition. And whatever the important details we are giving, the it should be grammatically correct, means our sentences should be grammatically correct. The message should be written in simple language and without any abbreviations, as well as there should not be any kind of confusion. So use very simple language, simple words, and you should be very friendly and polite. Avoid pun or ambiguity or witticism. In short words, that would create in short words that would create confusion or chaotic situation, avoid them. After drafting a message, draw a box around that message. And finally, you have to check your message before submitting or sending it to someone else. Now, here is an example of message. You receive a telephone call from your mother's office when she is not at home. You have the following conversation with the speaker, but you have to go for your tuition class. So, you have the message for your mother. Write the message within 50 words using the information given below. Do not add any new information. Now, this is the conversation between that telephone caller and the son of that mother, means you, means Ambuj. So Ambuj says, "Hello." Mr. Rastogi says, "Hello, may I speak to Mrs. Dikshit, please?" "I am Naresh Rastogi from the office." Ambuj says, "Mom's not at home right now." Mr. Rastogi says, "In that case, can you give her a message? It's urgent. Please tell her that the meeting fixed for tomorrow has been rescheduled. Ask her to check her mail as soon as possible for the details. Please don't forget to inform her." Ambuj says, "Don't worry, I'll tell her as soon as she returns." So this conversation has taken place on 14th February at 3:30 p.m. Now let's draft the same message. So here is it. Here it is. Date 14th February, time 3:30 p.m. and the name of that person to whom you want to give message, that is mom. Mr. Rastogi from the office called up to say that the meeting fixed for tomorrow has been rescheduled. He wants to check your mail as soon as possible for the details. He said it was urgent. Ambuj. Thus, Here, mom is the receiver and Ambuj is the sender of this message. Let's see one more example. You are Mr. Kulkarni, a personal assistant to Miss Shreya in Ahmedabad. Shreya was busy in another meeting when Mr. Gupta rang up. Use Spotify him and took message in your notepad. Draft message for Miss Shreya using the following information given below. Mr. Gupta rang up at 2 p.m. as he has received the manuscript and CDs and he is coming tomorrow to thank Miss Shreya personally and to hand over the check. And the message is date 2nd June 2020, time 2 p.m. and Mr. Kulkarni has drafted this message to Miss Shreya. So here the receiver is Miss Shreya. Mr. Gupta from Mumbai called up saying he has received the manuscript and CDs. He told that he is coming tomorrow at 3 p.m. to thank and hand over a check. Mr. Kulkarni. So, in this way, using simple words, simple language, and not addition of any other information, we have drafted this message. In this way, you have to draft a virtual message. Thank you for watching this video. Do subscribe this channel, please.